Hey guys, I haven't done this one in a while. Remember the one I was driving in Colorado, all pissed off and this and that? So okay, cool. What we're about to do is something that is not staged, is not planned. It's just, I woke up this morning and I said, the biggest thing I know for sure the startups fail, and we're about to face that, is when you start getting spread out in so many different directions. Mm-hmm. And I really feel like, I don't know why today, out of all the days, I don't know why like all of a sudden I'm like, we got to make a decision. I think today we need to make a decision on, are we going to serve the groups or are we going to serve the solar doctors? Okay, because we can talk about all this different stuff, but I think it's important for us to stay focused and for us to understand who's the market, where we're going to go, and things like that. So that's what you guys are going to experience. Me and Liz are going to just probably like go for 5-10 minutes just to talk about why we're going to make that decision. Because if you don't want to watch, that's totally fine. I think her and I will be pumped to watch this in 5 years.
Yes.
And to see, boy, did we make the right decision, or we're literally like fucked it up, pardon my French. And so let's roll on that. And then I think at the end I'll do another one, because I really need to give an update to a lot of my friends there on what happened. Like my 24-hour journey from Sunday morning until last night that I didn't sleep at all and I got shit done. And then how I was feeling, like how I was yesterday.
Like a zombie.
Zombie?
It's super entertaining for me because we'll like be talking and then we're still talking and then you just start closing your eyes and I'm like, wake up, and you're like, I'm up, I'm awake, and then you keep doing it over and over. It's so funny.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, but we still got shit done yesterday.
No,
too.
yeah, a lot.
It was good. All right, so let's just jam on this very quick. So what we're facing today is something very interesting. So we started Zen Supplies in, let's just say, January 1st, 2016. It's been a great journey. We started with the groups. Whole family is one of our biggest things. They're our biggest client. And then we started reaching out to other groups, and we were going after dental groups that own 10, 15, 20, 25 offices. And then it felt really exciting. You know, like if you look at the projections, if you look at the numbers, and if you say, hey, boys, we're going to close this deal with 25 offices. And I think what we faced was, we have to do a pilot in one, right? Before we even get to pilot, we need to meet with purchasing manager. We need to fly out there. The time we spend in Vegas, the time we spend in Colorado and meeting all the groups. Then you got to meet with big boys and the girls in the room, like CFO, the purchasing and this and that. And then my favorite line is, I got to think about it.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, can we just make a decision? Like, we flew all the way here. Can we freaking do it? And I think that threw us off the loop. And now we're sitting on 66 offices on the paper. But in reality, we got 29.
Yeah.
Right? And so that started troubling me a lot because I'm putting the projections together. And even though it may sound and look really good for investors, and it's good to go back and say, we've got this fantastic group and 14 offices and they have $5 million in orders, but in reality, we don't have it. It's going to take us 12 to 16 months to get there.
Yeah.
And now, my personal problem with that is this. You're overwhelmed with everything you got right now. You got a ton of stuff to do. On the market that we focus a lot right now is the solar doctors. So that means I have to go to Wisconsin and train, not even train, I have to spend a full day to learn how they do things right now. Before we even get to implementation of the Zen Supply, I have to physically spend a day to learn how we do things. And I'm sitting and thinking, yeah, they're going to pay us implementation fees, but is it worth it? Like literally, when I looked at the calendar on that day, like everything inside of me is, I'm like, can Liz go? Can we hire Bobby by that time? Bobby, if you're watching, we're like planning on you to join. I'm like, can Bobby go to Wisconsin? Like, I really feel like it's such a waste of time. And then, with all the respect, if for some reason this client will be watching, we love you guys so much. We appreciate the opportunity, but we're discussing today that for us at this point, it just might be too early. We don't have resources.
Yeah, that's our biggest struggle.
Yeah. And if we do it, I mean, we do have resources. Apologize about the background noise. We're getting the hell out of here next month because of this freaking construction. And so, yeah. I think we have the resources, it's just the focus is different. You know? And I was telling you today is that, and then I'll shut up for a second. So what I was telling you today is that when I look at my calendar and I see meetings with distributors that can potentially give us all the products that they're selling and match to who we're trying to match it against to,
Yeah.
I get pumped. Right? When people from UK, from all the different places reach out to us and say, look, can you advertise here? Can you place our product here? That's amazing. When people like Solar Doctors call and they're like, this is going to be insane. You guys are going to disrupt the market. We're like, yeah, fine when we get there, but right now we really want to serve you. And then you get to the groups and I have to spend a whole day there and I have no energy to do that. And that's where it started killing me today.
Yeah, and where our focus is, we're not going to be focusing on that with them because they have all of their really good pricing and all that, right?
Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, like I said earlier, it's just we worked super hard to get there, and then now that we got it, we're like, oh, forget it. But
like dating hot chicks?
yeah, I got you
or
already.
hot guys?
But no, like, because I know everything that we have to put into our price comparison package. Like, it's so much. And
no one has done it.
No. And we don't know what we're getting ourselves into. And like how much more it's going to be requiring us to do. And it's just...
I think for those of you guys who are about to join our team in 5, 6, 12, 55 months from now, I think you need to understand one simple thing. I think the reason we're making this decision today is because the core team, like you and I and our means team, we're freaking, we're adventurers. We want to be the first ones, right? So for example, if no one has done price comparison, boy, are we excited about it.
Super.
Like, let's bring it on. I get images today from Sergey about how it's going to look like with all the distributors. It is sick when we get there. And just to manage inventory for people.
No. Now that we open that door, it's like we can't close it now.
Yeah.
And now I want to make sure that it's the best. If anyone tries to copy the price comparison, fine, go ahead. But they're not going to provide what we can.
And that's another point. It speaks to our strengths. You know, because a lot of companies out there, a lot of you guys who are going to be starting dental startups, make sure you talk to us first, because we're going to help you out as much as we can, honestly. If you want to compete with us, knock your socks off. I think when we speak to our strengths is also important. Like, for example, we don't have a tech person on the team yet.
Yeah.
We're about to get one. And so inventory management to me sounds super nerdy in the way that would really have to like dig down and understand like an artificial intelligence and AI and all that stuff. But if we look at you and I and the team in Minsk, like we're good, we're a solid team. But in Bobby, when you join, but I think we're more like we're so people oriented versus and compared to other people, we're like 10x on that. And so, for example, if somebody says no, I can make them to say yes.
Yeah.
So I think if we speak to our strengths, we can get all the distributors on board.
Yes.
Because of our strengths. Yeah. And we can manage it properly. When somebody else, for example, will be good at tech and build the greatest tech company, again, knock your socks off. But if we speak to our strengths, I think that might be something that we can execute very well on.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Midway.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I think I don't want to do it just for the simple fact that like we reached out, like I don't want to make them feel like, you know, that's what I don't want to do.
Well, let's do it nicely. So I'm sorry if I didn't say it in the beginning. So the whole story is we have now 2 clients, potential clients that are going to be big groups. We got a yes from them. One is 21 locations, one is 14 locations. So it's combined, 36 locations?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. Like, multiplied by the monthly fee that we have. And at this point, right now, when we have a certain amount of money in the bank account, which I'm not going to tell you because you're going to be laughing, but we know we're laughing.
Yeah.
And so it's a laughable amount of money. And to walk away from that cash Like implementation, they're gonna pay us.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure when Paul looks at the proposal, they're gonna accept it and they're gonna pay us. To walk away from that, it's not an easy decision today. It's just like we gotta go by the gut. Like my gut feeling is let's serve the solar ducks.
We've done going against our gut how many times?
Brendan, you watching?
And look where we are now.
Yeah. 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 Okay. So no? If no, though, we need to, like, I'll have to send them some gifts.
Yeah.
Both of accounts. Oh, but it's such a good feeling.
It is?
If it's no, I mean, I don't know, like, Judy called me twice last week and today. And for some reason, like, when I see that she calls, I get, like...
Really?
I don't know why. Yeah, it's like, it's a weird feeling. Because, you know, it's a big client.
Yes.
It's like big expectations, and
So
God
you
forbid
actually
you
get
fuck
like
up.
nervous?
I do.
Oh shit, you
I'm a
are
human
normal.
being.
You're not a machine.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I get nervous when she
Wow.
calls me. Judy, you're awesome though. I think it's me, it's just the perception that I have is that we need to deliver at our best. And am I concerned that we're not there yet? 100%.
Yeah.
Like, we got a great product, but we still have weaknesses and flows.
Yeah.
Just like Google. They suck. Lately. Exactly. Lately. So, what's, if we do make that decision, what circumstances we have to deal with?
As far as like,
Anything. Like, what do you think might come off of it?
well, I mean, who do they know, right?
Yeah.
I just worry that now we have like we're gonna leave them with like a bad taste in their mouth, and now they're not gonna like refer us or word of mouth, you know, those kinds of things.
But if we're honest with them.
If we're honest with them and then we come back to them when we are ready, then yeah, I would think they would come on.
I think one thing we can bank on them or plan on or like hope that that's true is I think a good companies out there. Good companies will always appreciate somebody taking a step back. And it's funny because I just had a video about step back and I said no step back.
And now you're stepping
And
back.
now I'm actually changing my mind to do the step back. But see, like the way I'm thinking, but the way I'm wired is it's not a step back. It's because I want to free up our time from this and put 100% on this so nobody can compete with us here. It's, you know, like, it's like instead of having like 5 horses running in different lines, I want to put all 5 horses running in one line and pulling one carriage.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's like you get 5 horsepowers right there instead of 1. So that's what I'm thinking. I had that video driving from Milwaukee talking about that client, don't take a step back, move forward. It is move forward. I don't see it as a step back. It may be like what we do, you and I do right now. It's a step back to assess it quickly and see where we're going. But I think that just that market is going to be interesting to us, and we do need to make sure we communicate it well to them and say this is why we're a startup. And back to my point is it's better to do it now versus if we take an location, we start the training.
And it doesn't go well, they're not happy, and then we're done like forever with them.
And then we fuck it up.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. Because right now we're like, hey guys, sorry. They'll be like, oh, you guys kids. And we'll be like, yeah, we're kids. I'm sorry. You know?
I think we decided.
Okay.
Long term, this would just only benefit us to really focus right now on what we have to focus on and get it where it needs to be, and then
Okay, I gotta call Paul. I gotta call Javi. And Dr. Evans. You know another good reason?
what?
For me personally, selfishly,
What?
when Pitbull is our party. Right?
Do
Like,
they all know that Pitbull's gonna
they
be
already know that
Okay.
Pitbull is coming. They're already like planning. I have people actually ask me like, hey, can we go to a Christmas party? You know, Pitbull is coming. But the thing is, when we look back, in like, we get invited to talk to at least like one dental school a year. And then things like that are going to be so cool because that shows that our grit more than anything else. Like we're willing to walk away from that not knowing what's going to be here, but it's a gut feeling that says go in that direction, serve that market, and we want to be the best at this market. And then I think looking back, it's just going to be such a good story to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, like say, hey, we did it.
Yeah.
You know, when a lot of people out there are going to be afraid, like, what do? You make a cash decision versus long-term decision.
Long term.
Yeah, long-term. All right, guys, I think decision is made.
Yeah.
So we good. We are focusing on solar doctors only and be the best at it. So that's what we're going to do. And then we have a surprise coming up. Eliz and I are going to be doing onboarding for a client, session 2. In person.
Yes.
So it's coming up. It's going to be sick. We're going to stop by a Whole Foods store first, get something, some vodka and cranberry from Russian. But it's for real. Like we're gonna stop by, get something very nice, and go and do the onboarding session 2 in person. And I think they're gonna love it. I can see like JJ and Deepa going bananas about it. So it's
gonna be awesome.
All right. So and Liz will record it. So a little bit of that you guys will see. So I'm pumped, and we'll see you guys shortly. 5 years from now, we're watching this. We're watching. This is going to be great. Thank you.